What's up? What we got going today?
It's about 10 o'clock night, and we got the lights bright.
Yeah.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna cook some Flanken short ribs. I just purchased these from a fresh market, and they were freshly cut today. And one thing about this, we speak a lot of time about quick eats, because a lot of times, just like I said, a lot of times we just don't have the time. And this is another thing that we're gonna do today. These short ribs right here, they actually take no time to cook, and they are good. They're the same league as far as the steak, regular short ribs, and they're relatively expensive, costly. And looking forward to getting these done.
What else you got over here? What's all this?
What we're gonna do now, I got my cookout here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna saute a few onions and bell pepper, along with some garlic butter, also with olive oil. And then once we finish with the short rib, we're gonna garnish them, and they're looking all pretty for you.
So, what you got to say to all them haters out there that keep talking about using lighter fluid on your fire?
Well, once they stop selling it, I'll stop using it. So I look at it, they selling it, I'm using it. There's a lot of things that people say just to say, but we're gonna continue to do what we do.
That's right. I see you done started up. What's this, a propane? Tell us what this contraption is.
This is our little cooker where sometimes we fry fish, sometimes we cook veggies on this thing right here, especially when we're out tailgating at Alabama A&M ball games. This is one of the main things that we use right here, and it works tremendously well.
So what you gonna cook on there?
On this particular apparatus right here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna cook some bell pepper and onions. We're gonna saute those because they go really good with any kind of beef. So that's what we're gonna do.
So what you got here? Tell us what you got. What's
here we got bell pepper, onions. We have garlic butter. We have olive oil right here, and then we have green onions, and we're gonna use that just to garnish the ribs once they're complete.
So you already seasoned these right here?
Yes.
This is seasoned or marinated? Tell them what you put them.
Those right here, they're marinated, and we marinated those right here with soy sauce, cup of water, rice vinegar, garlic powder, and we also use a little Worcestershire sauce along with this right here. It's a really, really good Oriental type marinade. And most of the time they have that kind of stuff down packed. So we got this recipe going for you, and this should work pretty good.
So what you getting? How long you let the fire? Tell them how to start it. When do you know when the fire is ready?
Mainly when the majority of the foods begin to turn white. That's when we know when they're ready.
What kind of seasoning? What you got this seasoning for right here?
Oh my God. We have this Tony Chacha. I really can't pronounce it. Tony, this is out of New Orleans. So it's a very good sauce. Seasoning it's not very spicy, but it's good with all kinds of meats. Now notice what I'm doing. This right here is the key to all grilling. Make sure you got the proper space. You don't want to have your charcoal all like this, all in one bunch like this. You don't want this right here. You don't want that. What you want to do, you want to spread them out neatly, evenly. Make sure there's not too big of gaps in between all of them. Oh, we're pretty much ready to rock and roll.
Hold on, what's this kind of sauce? What you got right here? What's this going on right
here? That's the same sauce that I used to marinate. What I did when I marinated, I did not use all this sauce right here. So I kept about a cup full of it. And as you can see, also I got Timothy, that is minced garlic that we have in here.
How important is seasoning and marinating and doing stuff like that, or just how do you go about it? How do you determine what to marinate, what to season, what to let sit overnight, what to do quick?
There are some things that these particular steaks right here, now I marinate those for 2 hours. Now with them being the way they are, thin, not like the steak that we cooked a while back, if they're thin, a lot of time if you marinate for too long, it will become mushy. It get very mushy. You don't want that.
Right.
You don't want that.
For sure.
In the meantime, while we're getting the fire ready, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead on it. Saute these onions and bell pepper.
So you do that before?
What is that now?
You cook these before the steak, the meat?
Well, you could do it just like I was saying, like this right here. I could put this on warm, and like I say, this right here is not going to take any time to cook. So we might as well have it all ready by that time. So
just do it.
Okay, put a little olive oil in here, and just spray in the welt once again. Most of the time when you saute, you mainly pretty much want to have it on high heat. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll put some of this garlic butter in here, along with a little bit more oil. Here we go. Put our veggies in. I'm gonna put a little Tony on these veggies. I'm not gonna put that much because that garlic butter has a little salt in it. So I'm gonna just very lightly sprinkle this over onions and bell pepper. So you hear the sizzling, baby.
So how does somebody saute? Teach them how to saute, what they do.
Well, the first thing, you just want to put a little oil in here, basically just to cover the bottom. And then you basically want to start it off on medium heat, and after that go a little bit higher. You got to continuously turn, mix and turn.
Got anything to them people supporting you in your videos? What you got to say to them people that's doing your views and checking you out and tuned in to
I
you?
certainly appreciate that. I appreciate everything. We do our best. And I think our program is pretty much about teaching. I think a lot of times when people have the knowledge of doing certain things, they don't want to share. But I really enjoy sharing the knowledge that I know, and I'm willing to learn for anybody else that have really good information. As a matter of fact, I had one of my former coaches by the name of Kevin Strickland called me today and asked me where did I purchase the old Smoky from. And I told him where I got it from. He said that's the ideal grill for he and his wife. And because all the kids are out the house now and they don't need to fire up the big grill every time they want to cook something to eat.
Right.
So he asked about the charcoal basket, which I continuously talk about, and he wanted to get one of those. He asked me where did I purchase it at. I said I went on Amazon and got it. As a matter of fact, got a real good price. I went to Lowe's. I think they were selling theirs for $35, and I'm not saying much. Home Depot was selling for like $27 a pair. I got them at I got 4 of them. They were like each. So big save, right? Now, this particular grill right here, it's on sale now, clearance sale at Sam's right now for $149. So you may want to look into possibly purchasing that because it's regular. I think it was $2.99. So $149 is really price.
What it tastes like?
Good.
How you when it's ready?
They'll start getting soft. Like about to get there now. Still a little more soft.
Where did you learn to cook vegetables from?
A lot of stuff that I do, I learned from my mother. She was an excellent cook, along with my sisters, who were pretty good cooks also. It was cooking, I was learning. They had no idea what I was doing, but it come in handy. And I think a lot of times you have a lot of men that can't cook nothing, and I think that's not that good.
Right.
I think every man needs to know how to clean and wash for himself. I really believe that. So that's the little.
So what you doing now? You just tuning it, letting it go on low heat?
Yeah. I don't have direct on it, just enough to keep it warm. So we good now.
You got it. You get myself.
You may wonder why I'm turning them that way. If I turn them the other way, there's a possibility they may fall through. This is a very good and quick right here.
They super thin.
Oh, y'all asked me how thick did I want them cut. I told him cut them about 1/4 inch thick.
So the butcher cut them up for you?
He did. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize Fresh Market sold them because they did not have them in the meat case. So I asked him, do they have them? He said, yeah, we'll cut you some on spot. And that's exactly what they did. Asked me how thick I would like to have. I told him, give me about 1/4 inch. And I think you like them better thin too.
Yeah, this is some of my favorite. Cut a quick, easy, good, always tastes good every time.
Never fail. And really and truly, I think a lot of people don't know about these right here.
What they called again?
They're called Flanken ribs, and some of them call them prime short ribs. I think that's what the people at Fresh Market call it, prime short ribs. Okay, you see that, Tony? Get up in the middle, little Tony.
Did you get to go to that Baylor game?
No.
You been in the high school games this year?
I've not been to any high school games this year.
College?
No, I'll be attending Alabama A&M homecoming October the 10th.
Who they playing?
Bethune-Cookman.
Now, when you go to these football games, do you tailgate and cook out sometimes, or how you do it?
Just for homecoming.
Taking a grill up there?
No, grill. My brother. Grill. I'm the hired cook.
What you usually cook at a homecoming for a football game?
Well, I normally cook ribs, nectar sausage, hamburgers. Pretty much the basics.
Yeah. How many people show up to your grill around homecoming?
Too many, but I'm willing to share. That's no problem.
Yeah.
A lot of people come that you've never seen a day in your life.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, it's gonna come just once a year, so you might as well share.
All right.
Let me step in the house for 1 second.
So how you liking this YouTube? How you liking YouTube? Is it easier or harder than you thought it was gonna be?
Well, it's actually easier than I thought it was gonna be. It's much easier. First, I was a little apprehensive about doing it, but once the first shoot, I was ready to roll.
Tell them how this. You like to teach on the grill. Tell them how long was you a teacher for?
Teach for years, 38 years, and then a lot of things that I do on the grill, I used to basically do the same thing when I was coaching. Tough decisions, dealing with crazy people that were very critical. The one thing I'm good about, I turn it completely away.
How you able to tune out the noise?
I just don't listen because I know what I'm doing and they don't. So I don't go on their job, and I think all coaches experience that kind of flag. It's amazing that when you're coaching, everybody got an opinion. what you should not be doing, because I don't go on anybody's job telling them what they need to do or what they don't need to do. I don't know. So that's one reason I did a fantastic job of just blocking the haters out completely.
Right. Same as you do on this internet game. It's the same on the internet. Strangers just writing comments, they'll never say nothing to you in your face.
So you got people, once they get on that internet, they real brave. Because most people that are confident within themselves, a lot of times they let that stuff just roll off. And I'm really good at that, I must say.
Where'd you learn that from?
I guess you live and you learn. You live and you learn. I've not always been like that way, but I'm a very confident person. And I've always been real confident.
Yeah. So how you know when to flip these over?
I can tell. I can just.
What you looking for? Is it brown? Is it red? The blood coming out? Or...
Just getting out. As a matter of fact, a lot of people eat them just like this right now.
Right.
Just like that. They eat them just like that.
I like mine a little burnt, a little bit like.
Get now.
You know how it is. Well, you can definitely eat them like this for sure. They'll be good, just good right here.
That's true. But just like that, I need to cook these a little more.
Nah, we burn the steak. Some stuff I eat medium. I can eat medium, but these I like them burnt, well done.
I understand.
Don't put that last one in there.
Your little butterflies, they hungry. They come to eat too.
What you think? You grill during the winter with the weather cooling on off? What you keep it rolling?
Cool. That's what I do. As a matter of fact, family members tease me all the time. They know, regardless what time of the year it is, what day of the year or whatever, I'll be out there on the grill.
So how long do you usually let these sit on the grill? What's the time limit they should be working with?
It varies. With the thickness, it varies. And a lot of time, I'll tell you something too, when you're cooking in the wintertime, one thing about cooking in the wintertime, stuff don't cook the same. As a matter of fact, it's a longer process. It's a longer process. What normally would take you sometimes, say for instance, 2 hours to do it, it may take you 2 hours, between 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 40 minutes due to the weather. It's like, Whatever I put in my mouth, whatever what I like. I guarantee you, people, I noticed about these particular Flanken that I purchased at Fresh Market. Most of the time, the ones that I've gotten from some of the other grocery stores, the bone somewhat be in the middle. I like it like this right here, the way they cut it. And I saw the guy when he was cutting it, and it was just amazing.
So, when you go in all these stores, do you know the butchers?
As a matter of fact, I was in Publix the other day, and I was asking this guy about a beef roast, not a beef roast, a chuck roast.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting some information on him, on the chuck roast and this and that. He gave me some really, really good advice.
Mm-hmm.
He works at the Food City in East Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name is Joshua, but he was very extremely helpful.
Yeah.
I was speaking to him. I told him I had this little old YouTube thing going,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "Give me the information. I'm gonna keep in contact with you." And he did. Man of his word, Joshua.
Yeah, shout out Joshua at Food City. So when you cooking these, are you really going, sitting the grill down, you working with them, you flipping them and turning them, you can't really walk away too much?
Well, I can.
Yeah. But you just working.
But see, I work it. Make sure cooking them evenly.
What does cooking evenly mean?
Cooking evenly means cooking evenly. Okay, if I'm turning this one, I got to turn this one.
Mm-hmm.
If I turn this one, don't turn this, then you got a mess on your hands.
Okay.
They're both all pretty much cooking evenly. But see, and I think a lot of times people just don't have patience when it comes to grill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I've spoken on this before. That's one thing I do have. When it comes to this right here, I got plenty of patience.
Yeah. Learn to have patience from in life.
Well, I tell you what, I think a lot of that came from me being an athlete. The thing about being an athlete, it teaches you a lot about life situation. There are times when I've been down and out, and there's times when I was down out in football.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember one time we had one coach coming in. He was getting rid of all the guys. I was starting at the time. I think that was like my sophomore year.
Mm-hmm.
Then I thought he was gonna cut me because he demoted me to second and third string. Second and third string, one of them. But anyway, I wasn't starting. That's the deal. I wasn't starting.
Mm-hmm.
And so that right there taught me a lesson. Because I'm gonna tell you, the biggest lesson that it taught me, when I was in school, my main thing, I'm going to pro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pro. That didn't materialize. When that guy benched me, it turned my whole world around in a positive way, in a very positive way. I didn't think about going to pro or anything like that no more.
Yeah, what?
I said, I didn't think about going to pro anymore.
What you focused on studying, what you did?
Focused on studying more so, because I was just doing enough really just to get by.
Mm-hmm.
Just get by, but that taught me a lesson.
So what's your advice to athletes out here getting this NIL, how it's different, what they need to do?
First of all, they need to make sure they get their education first.
Mm-hmm.
And then they need to use that money wisely.
Mm-hmm.
They probably need to get some type of financial advisor, because most of the time guys, what they do, they end up blowing that money and they think that money will last forever.
Mm-hmm.
But you want a lot of guys blow a lot of money. You know, I think, in my opinion, a lot of those guys, they have not been taught. And then a lot of times, parents don't know. You know, there were a lot of things that my parents didn't know when I was growing up, as far as finance and doing this and that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they really didn't know a lot about that either.
Mm-hmm.
So, you guys need to learn. I think, in my opinion, the coaches need to do a better job as far as trying to teach these kids finance and just about doing the right thing, because you have a lot of coaches, and this is no secret. A lot of times, once they finish playing ball, they through with them. I used to tell my kids a lot of time about life, and to this day, they appreciate me consistently all the time about it. Thank you for sharing knowledge. That's all right. He going to hell. He gone. Look at them. They coming. Now, to be honest with you, I thought I'd been finished by then. I know if I had Old Smoky, I know I would have been finished with him by now.
That one,
This right here. What about it? I'm good. I got the patience.
What you think? Even different grills. Talk about how different grills burn different and do different. They all do different.
Yeah, a lot of these different grills, you have to get accustomed to them. You have to use them. Once you use them, then you can determine, hey, I need to use this grill to do this. I need to use that grill to do that. And that's how you learn. But if you sit there and do not use your grill, you basically wasting your time.
You don't do this just on holiday. You never try to just act like they cook big on holidays. Then you cooking out here.
Every day a holiday for me. I cook really and shoot about 3 times a week on the grill.
Yeah.
It's like I continuously tell you. It's very therapeutic for me. Very. Love it.
What's some advice you got for a starting somebody who ain't never cooked? They first day they want to get on the grill. What they need to do?
They need to get with somebody that knows what they're doing so they can tutor them as they go about.
Yeah.
Because a lot of time, say if there's a person get on the grill for the first time and they mess up tremendously, a lot of time that discourages the people and don't want to do it again. I'll just say, somebody and let them tutor you. Now, I've offered my service to some people I know, I ain't gonna call no names, but I offered the service, but I hadn't seen them yet. So,
they gotta figure that out on their own.
yeah. There you should. Not mine. About 98% of the people, they'll be ready to take these off. And really, and truly they can. Now what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna show you a little something I'm gonna do right quickly. That you probably wanna put this in your notebook a little bit. You got nothing new. Most experienced folks know exactly what I'm about to do now. Okay, I'm gonna do now the ones pretty much that are cooking quicker than the other ones. I'm gonna put it on this side where the coal is not. And we're gonna get them other ones going. I can tell right now, this area was the hottest area. Now we'll put these bad boys over in this area right here.
That's what you talk about making it.
There you go, making adjustments.
Now, are you gonna put that sauce over there on them or rub it or how you do that?
Yeah, I'm put some of that sauce on it.
Okay. And the ones that's been undercooked, getting them in there.
Yeah.
Look. Last time you catered an event?
Catered for my fraternity, Omega Phi Phi. It was sometimes in the summer with the golf tournament, and I usually been doing it about the last 4 years.
What you cook? How much are you cooking for? How many people you cooking for out there when
About
you do that?
60 to 90 people.
What goes into cooking for that many people?
Preparation.
Yeah.
You better be prepared. I remember the first time I did it. That was the biggest amount of people that I ever did it. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Took me down through that.
Yeah. Learn from it.
Patience.
Yeah.
Learned a lot of patience from that.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when you're doing big events, and especially when you're doing it by yourself, it's best to do a lot of stuff ahead of time. And then once you do it ahead of time, the next day you come back and pretty much just warming up. Because I tell you what, if you're doing it by yourself and the day off, you'll be about half dead. If you're doing it by yourself, that's a task. That is a task.
How would it going for them?
Oh, it was.
They like the food?
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes.
Or just usually do ribs?
No, I don't do ribs because ribs, they don't want to pay that kind of money. That'll be very tedious and they don't want kind of money for the ribs.
What you usually cook when you cater?
Mainly Boston butt. One thing about a Boston butt, I put it on that big grill out there in the back and just let it rip.
Now what kind of meat is the Boston butt?
This pork. This pork. And I tell you what, that's my opinion. As far as the Boston butt goes, say for instance, if I had a business, I would pretty much, as far as doing the Boston butts, and I guess you say why? That's where you make your most money at. Ribs are very kind of expensive, and then it's kind of hard to make your money off of ribs. You got to sell a whole heck of a lot of ribs in order to make your money. But with Boston butt, I never did understand that for a while. I'm gonna put this sauce
So
on.
how you do that?
What's that now?
Now what is putting this sauce, is it gonna have a little flavor?
Yeah, it's gonna have a little flavor to it.
Now, what kind of sauce you say this is again?
That's the same. What I had here, soy sauce, garlic, minced garlic. As you can see, these little things running around here, and rice vinegar, and also a cup of water. So I always say, picture perfect. Picture perfect is. Sometime in the near future, people, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna grill some ribs. The first time I did the video, I ribs. But what I'm gonna do in the near future, I'm going to some ribs, and I'm gonna grill them on a wash tub. And that wash tub probably about 60, 70 years old. And back in the day, people used to use those kind of tubs to clothe and also bathe in it. Little kids in it. Where I got that idea of using wash tub, when I moved in this house about 40 years ago, 2 foot tubs left in there. And we had some folks that stayed in Columbus, Georgia, relatives that stayed in Columbus, Georgia, but they used to grill on. And they had some of the best barbecue you ever want to taste. So I'm gonna put call my grill out there tubby, because all it is it's a tub. So I'm gonna bring that to you, and I'm gonna show you what I'm working with that. And just like I say, people, at least the people that I know never heard of these things right here. Never heard of them. And I'm telling you, they are delicious.
Done? Taste one. Give us a taste test on it.
Oh, which one?
The meat.
I'm a vegetarian. I just eat. Oh my God. Tender, succulent.
Take us on out of there.
This is the first time that I've ever cooked at 10 o'clock in the morning, not morning, at night, but it's been fun. Got the lighting, and just thoroughly enjoyed it. And as you can see, it's something to these Flanken ribs, short ribs. And I'll say, people try them. You can go to Walmart and purchase them, but I pretty much fell in love with Fresh Market. You can always count on that stuff.
Yes, sir. Take us on out of there. It's a wrap on that. Ain't no more meat left on the bone.
No whatsoever.
Dang.
Dog don't want that.
Dang.
That's it.